Where does social selling fit into the whole social sales process? You talk about cocktails and having conversations, but he says, when do I know to take these conversations offline?
Yeah, it's a good question, and there's no magic formula. I usually start by giving some examples, right? So, and social is all the way through the process, like from the very beginning. And if marketing is filling your pipeline with massively qualified leads and they're converting at a rate that you're crushing your quota, and you don't need to actually do any prospecting on your own, then you don't have to use social selling for prospecting, but you should definitely use it for research, to be relevant, to build relationships that drive revenue. And after the customer signs, well, don't you want to build the relationship with them and hopefully turn them into an advocate and then amplify their, you don't want to they sign the contract and then you stop engaging with them. So social is it's like the phone, it's email, and you don't just stop using that channel. So in terms of, I give a couple examples. So I did a keynote speech for a company called ASCO Pneumatics, and they manufacture valves.
Okay.
They sell to engineers. And the CEO of the company sent me an invite to connect on LinkedIn after my presentation. And yeah, totally, he got it. He got his light bulb moment. and so then I thanked him for the opportunity. This was all via email. I thanked him for the opportunity to present, and I said, if you are so willing, I would appreciate any introductions to the folks at Emerson, because ASCO is part of Emerson. Emerson is a $25 billion company. I'm sure that they have sales kickoff events where they need a keynote speaker. I'm sure that they have, salespeople who need the training to actually become social sellers. So I said, if you're willing, I would appreciate introductions to anyone at Emerson or beyond. And I even said a salesperson's best friend are referrals. So he emailed me back, and he copied in other people on the email that I didn't know who they were. And he didn't actually formally introduce who these people were, but being the social selling sleuth that I am, I went and Googled these new names.
Yeah.
And I found one of the guys was a guy named Charlie Peters. Charlie is the chief information czar at Emerson. He's on the board of directors of a $25 billion company, and he's on the email complimenting my keynote at ASCO Pneumatics kickoff. So I want to know who this guy is. I want to know, how can I start to build a relationship with Charlie? So he's got a lot of content actually out there on the web, video interviews. I listen to the video interviews. And when I invite him to connect on LinkedIn, and when I respond to the actual email, I reference the information that I'm able to find out about Charlie via the social web. I'm trying to showcase that I'm sipping my own champagne, that I'm using. Yeah.
And you really just tie it back to the concept of that kind of people-to-people marketing. I know I talk about it, I write about it a lot, that people want to connect to a person, and with the information that social media has provided for people to connect, that is absolutely what people should be thinking when they're starting to nurture relationships.